Yo, what's up everyone? It's your boy Looney and I wanted to make a quick video on SoFi. We're going to break down SoFi after earnings and whether I think it's still a buy based on its price and how I'm playing it with option. But before we get into it, quick shout out to the Discord. It is free to join. And then if you want premium options like courses, one-on-one coaching, trade callouts, all the links will be in the description. You can check it out. So first things first, let's see what SoFi is trading at. So SoFi is currently 13.5. This is non-market hours, so it's not going to change. And we saw SoFi take a massive dip at under $10, and that's kind of where I stepped in. I saw that mark as a great time to get in, that under that $10 mark. If we go back to early April, we see it hovered around that $10. And even before that, when it dropped around the $12 is when I got into it. And now I own 400 shares at 11.29 a share. I wish I got a little bit lower, but still a pretty good price. And now, because I own these shares, I could run covered calls. And that's exactly what I'm doing. So I'm running 4 covered calls at that $13 mark. Right now it's trading above $13. So I'm expecting SoFi to drop a little bit. So I guess that does answer the question. Is SoFi a good buy right now? I wouldn't say it's a great buy, but it is a good buy. And if I were to buy any more, I would do it very small amounts. But for myself, I am holding off on purchasing any more SoFi until I see a little bit more of a drop. And that's how I'm playing it. Now, what I'm also doing is I bought a call. So I bought a long-term $10 call and it expires in 2027. So it has a very long expiration date. And because it's so far out, it acts as if I own the shares. So when you own 100 shares, you could run covered calls like I just went over. And that's what I'm doing. So I have another covered call, that 13.5, that because that $10 call acts as if I own the shares, I can run a covered call against it. And it's actually called a poor man's covered call. And I'm collecting premium every month while the stock kind of trades sideways or slightly upwards. And I'm doing it a lot more safer. So the ones I actually own the shares, I did $13. And then the poor man's covered call, I always try to go a little bit higher. And it's just because I don't want to manage it as much. I want the least amount of management as possible is very good. But let's say if you did want to get into SoFi, and how would you do it? I wouldn't buy because I feel as though there was a delayed reaction to that earnings, which it actually did really well. If you go down here, it beat earnings for Q1. And I feel as though they're going to beat earnings again. They just keep winning with earnings. And if I were to just get into it, I would do a sell option or a sell put. And I like to do 1 to 6 weeks. With SoFi, I like to go out a little bit further, like 4 weeks and this third week in the month, just because it gives you that safety or less management. You don't have to really look at it too much. And this $13 looks good. Even this 12.5, I know it's not showing because it's not market hours, but this 12.5 or even the $12 is a really good entry. And we're seeing everything kind of drop today. Like if I go, well, before we get into that, so you collect a $22 premium and you essentially own the stock at under $12. You're going to own it for $11.78. And if it does hit below that strike price, you can run more covered, or you could run covered calls as well when you get assigned, but you could even run more cash secured puts at lower strike prices and essentially dollar cost averaging. So I'm not playing that because I feel as though it's a little uncertain where the stock is going, and I like my average cost and my position sizing. It takes up 15%, so I don't want to get overexposed, and I'm just waiting for better opportunity. That's why I have almost $5,000 in cash just sitting. But who knows? SoFi could drop when market opens. We're seeing everything kind of drop. I mean, the only thing that's really open is crypto, and it's still a massive drop. As we speak, it is coming back towards the upside, but overall, not a good announcement for crypto or just the entire market, because I think Moody's decided to announce that their credit rating has decreased for the US. And because of that, there was a little bit of a reaction. But I'm still bullish. I know there is a saying, sell in May, go away. I have been taking profits. I've taken profits off Bitcoin and Dogecoin. And I even sold off my entire position of AVE, if I could find it. Let's see if it's on here. It's not on this one, but if I scroll down here, I did sell it when it was at 227. So pretty much what it's at right now. And I sold my entire position because I was almost up 100% and I didn't want to get greedy. And I'm selling off when it gets to the 50%. And then as we get to the 100%, I'm going to aggressively sell off. And that's really what I'm waiting for. I'm not really waiting for any kind of, I'm not waiting for Bitcoin to hit a certain benchmark. Of course, if it hits 120K, that is a good time to look into take some profits. But overall, I'm not really making big moves. I just mentioned that SoFi play. If you want to get a little skin in the game and collect some premium and just get exposure to SoFi, that is one of the best ways to do it, is to do cash secured puts. And let me know in the comments, are you holding, adding, or are you trading SoFi differently after earnings? Drop a comment and like. Hit that Discord if you want full breakdowns and live plays. Until next time.